What's up? Happy Sunday, Sooner Nation, Surgeaholics. And Jonathan's already putting something in the chat here that we're going to talk about tonight. First, kudos for all the viewers that continually watch faithfully every single night at 9:30. You guys are the best. And make sure you check out the fanstop.com, and get on the Shirt of the Month Club. I'm going to hit that early tonight. Okay? Do that early tonight. 10% off if you use code SURGE. Quick answer to a question. Teresa asked, is spring ball open to the public? The game is. Practice is not. You cannot view spring practices. In fact, we haven't even gotten a lot of views on spring practice. But OU football Twitter put something out today, and you saw the sharp pass by Jackson Arnold to Bauer Sharp. It was pretty special, Jay. As a Jackson Arnold fan, I like that.
Hey, I'm a Jackson Arnold fan too. You're not the only one. I mean, of course, that looked really good. And
off his back foot,
Bauer Sharp may turn out to be a really, really good player for Oklahoma.
I did say that, Jay.
I mean, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about Bauer Sharp.
Did you notice who was the right tackle?
Wait.
Did you notice who the right tackle was?
Jeremy, why does it always come back to you? I said that.
Who was the right tackle in that clip?
I didn't watch it that close. I didn't zoom in, Jeremy, like you did.
He was actually putting Ethan Downs, pushing him out. It was number 79. It was actually Jake Taylor, which is kind of surprising. I think that was ones against ones.
You don't know that. I mean,
well, Stutzman and Kip were in. Woody Washington, I think, was the guy that got beat by Sharp. He must have been playing on the inside, a little nickel coverage covering the tight end.
Yeah. What's up, Corey? How are you? Long time. Moved to Texas. Okay. Yeah, representing Texas for sure, Corey. Glad you're on
Welcome,
there tonight,
Corey.
Mr. Boomer.
Missing you.
Boomer Corey. Hey, Jeremy, we could. You know what's sad and also crazy and also good at the same time is we can dissect that one play that OU football put on Twitter all we want for the next 20 days because there's not a whole lot going on. We may replay that over and over again just to watch.
I slow-moed it. I paused and I watched the entire clip. Ashton Sanders trying to bring pressure up the middle, number 55. Didn't get much there.
Are we breaking that play down completely now?
Oh, I was. I absolutely was. Absolutely. And Des Malone was in on that play.
Yeah, Ron.
Get started while you're still awake, Jen. We're ready to go. We're ready to rock and roll. Yep.
That's right.
Hey, Gus Cordova. Going to be a Trojan.
I'm not even going to touch on that. That's just unbelievable.
Corey, we'll look for you. We'll be at the spring game. Probably won't be front row, but we'll look for you. If they did like last year, you have to buy the ticket. I mean, it's not general admission.
Yeah, I wonder how they're going to do that this year,
Well, the tickets are out, Jay. It's their seat numbers. It's not general admission.
That's right, Ron. They can get the players. What can they do with them? That's what we'll find out. Assigned seating, Hunter says.
Correct.
There you go.
Gray God says, won't be in USC by signing day. Tyler, I know there's no set ones. I was just being facetious, acting like I'm breaking the film down, okay? But there are a lot of ones out there that I would consider ones.
Yeah, that was a great throw.
See Jackson Arnold, how high he jumped on the little shoulder tap there. That was pretty electric, too. Athlete.
There, too, man. I like Bauer Sharp, number 10. I love it.
Absolutely. He's going to be a weapon this year.
Hey, Gary, this is something we talked about last night, and yes, all this is going to do for Kevin Sperry is to help him in the long run. He's going to be playing against way better talent than he would be at Carl Albert. And it's going to if he plays well, he'll be a 5-star. I mean, there's no question.
Yeah, and Corey, yeah, there might be open seats. I'm not sure front row, but obviously there hasn't been a sellout. Last year wasn't a total sellout. There were empty seats, but your ticket does have a seat number, and that's where you are supposed to sit unless you can find an empty seat and no one sits there. Jen says, same if you have a season ticket when you get your seat.
That's right.
I can't believe we're about 20 days away or 30 days
Yeah,
away.
I did see that too. I was not going to bring it up, but I'm sure it's just something precautionary.
I
Did he
believe it was
wear a
his right
brace
knee,
last?
wasn't it?
Did he wear a brace last year?
Seems like he did. I don't know about in
Ron,
all the games.
Ron, they may make a run at Sperry. They may try to get him. He's not going anywhere.
Hey, Sooner Cowboy, if something was wrong with his knee, he wouldn't be sprinting down the field at a spring practice to shoulder hit and celebrate with his tight end. Okay. If you're an educator, educators get a $5 ticket, I believe, Jay.
Really? I'm not an educator.
Nope, you're not. You try to educate us every night on here. Keyword is try, okay?
What are you talking about?
Sperry's size is about 6 foot flat. 6'1" in heels.
Heels?
Yeah, that's always the saying that people say.
I say it for girls. I don't know if they say it for guys.
Yeah, I'm just being facetious on what people say, Jay. 6'1", 200. I think 6'1", about 190, actually. Hunter will drop it in here. I think he's 6 foot, though. I don't think he's in cleats.
There you go. About like Baker Mayfield.
Very similar build to Baker Mayfield, Jason.
He's got a good
Very
arm.
similar.
Yeah. And I think he'll do good at Denton Guider. I do. I think he's a winner. I think he'll do good there. I think he'll perform well. And he'll get some really good talent, which is really what do you want from a high school kid coming to your place as a freshman? You want them to be tested, battle tested, and all that. And he's going to a great place to do that.
And 6'1", 200 is the number. He can move a little bit. He can get outside the pocket and sling it. I'm old timer, spouting out the old timer slang, colloquial language here tonight.
Colloquial?
Yeah, you don't know what it means, Jay. Don't worry about it.
I don't know what colloquial means. You're right.
Roscoe says 4.5-ish. Okay, 4.5-ish. And someone earlier mentioned the spring game. Can we just go where the quarterback plays for one team instead of both? I like that as well. However, it's also nice for the quarterback to be able to throw to 6 to 8 different guys.
I just want to see a regular game. Like that's what I want to see. I don't want to see all the other stuff they do. I'd rather just see a normal game.
Yeah,
normal
Gary,
line,
he's already recruited all the people at Carl Albert. Now he can move to Texas, move south, and get some more. Jen, Jay, do you know the 6'5" tight end at Geyer? Hunter will drop it in here, but look, Nate Roberts is the guy you got to land.
Yeah, Nate Roberts is really good. I mean,
who's the other tight end there after Jay? Link?
Huh?
I can't think of the other tight end 5-star there that visited recently.
Oh, yeah.
Not Link, but
what is his name? I know who you're talking about. Viewers will know it. They'll drop it in here any second.
I cannot believe I can't think of it.
Yeah, the guy. I think
Cure.
Lincoln
Link.
Cure.
I said Link. Yeah, Lincoln Cure.
Kansas kid. Yeah, Kansas.
If OU doesn't land Nate Roberts, then I guess he just don't want to be in Norman because he's going to be there nearly every weekend.
Is it Zane Rowe? Hunter's asking Jen. Is that who you're talking about?
Yeah, Jen. Are we talking about Zane Rowe? 6'5" out of Geyer. Is that the guy? Lori says, where is everyone? I see a lot of people on here.
Hey, you watching any basketball today or no?
I've watched a little.
There hasn't been great games today.
Bad games, dude.
Been a little disappointing.
Yeah, the last spring game was malarkey. That's a good word, too. Malarkey. Alan Woody, I was just in Columbia last week. Also spent a day in St. Louis. Went to Culver's about 3 times, Alan Woody. And I can't wait to be up there for the OU football game when OU is going to lay it to Missouri, okay?
What's up, Chad? Hey, Jeremy, you went to Culver's 3 times?
Oh, minimum.
Why?
You get the coupons, you go back and get ice cream, Jay. Midday snack.
I have two of them in my city. I only go about once, maybe every.
They have fish. They have chicken. You don't have to get a burger every time, bud. Spread your wings a little.
You spread your wings a little. You went there 3 times.
Hey, I watched a little bit of
5 times a week. You spread your wings. Don't tell me to spread my wings. Jeez.
I watched a little Missouri spring game highlights, Jay, because they had their spring game a week and a half ago or whatever. Hey,
no, they didn't already have their spring game, did they?
Absolutely did, Jay.
Why do they have it so early?
March 16th it was, I believe. I think Missouri's going to have a case of we were really good this last year. Everyone thinks it's going to be even better, and it's going to be a down year.
Why is their spring game so early?
I don't make the schedule, Jay.
I'm just wondering.
Rowe was offered by Georgia.
Wow.
We're getting some heavy rain here in Sapulpa area.
Right now?
Now, Corey, one thing to keep an eye on, Jay, and I want to really get the viewers' take on this. One thing to keep your eye on. The SEC has been known, Jay, because OU's been in the Big 12 year in, year out. There's this complaint from OU fans, especially us, how the SEC lets the defensive backs play physical. Big 12, they call anything as interference. If that's the case, if you can be more physical, one, it should help our secondary. Two, our receivers got to get physical because maybe they're not used to it.
But no, I think OU's receivers last year with Emmett Jones took a step in the right direction physicality-wise. I thought they were very physical early on. I really do. I do think that's something they'll keep getting better at, but I think he brought a lot of physicality to that room. And yes, Etienne, however you want to pronounce his name, arrested. Didn't take.
It's not the first one, Jake. Georgia's got some issues. Off the field. On the field, they don't. Off the field, they've been in the news, Jay.
Yeah, they have. You're right.
Well, hey, Dow Post 83. Here's what I would say. Thanks again. You're always on here. Appreciate it. It's some of the malarkey rules and scoring. People, it's like, if they're not going to do anything, why go to it? That's the mindset of a lot of people. And at least the softball game is at 6:00 that night, so they can.
Yeah, but the best way to get a ton of fans there, the weather's got to be gorgeous. If it's real cold or windy, I just think some people don't go. I mean, I think it's silly, but I do think that affects.
Especially when the scoring's kind of dumb, Jay. Especially with the scoring.
Yep, that's right.
I know no one wants to hear this. I'd love to see kickoff returns.
They're not going to do kickoffs. That's something.
Treat it like a game, Jay.
I disagree with you. Do not do kickoffs. That's dumb.
Why? Do you ever practice them?
Because that's the thing you could get injured on really easily. That's
you don't
silly.
have to play your ones at kickoff return, Jay.
Jeremy, that's dumb.
I'd love to see Zion Raggins out there. Hunter, the Oklahoma City playoff game likely would be in the evening. Likely.
Sooner Cowboys said, did you see OU offered to transfer defensive tackle recruit? Not sure which one you're talking about, Sooner Cowboy.
Yeah. I did not see that. I don't know why it's a terrible idea, Hunter.
It is a terrible idea.
Why?
It's absolutely, as you would say.
Why, Jay? Why?
Quote, absolutely ridiculous.
Why?
Because somebody could get injured.
Someone can get injured during the game.
No, that's something easily to get injured on. And by the way,
actually, Jay, more people get hurt during the game than kickoffs. Usually the ball's going out of the end zone anyway.
Chester brings this. What did you think about last year when they had him catching punts? Remember when the coaches did that?
Yes.
What did you think?
It's stupid. Do it the real way. Philip Blady, Texas Tech.
No, I didn't hear that.
Talking about, Jay.
I
guy, there's going to be people after spring. It was Texas Tech in Indiana. There's going to be people after spring, Jay, that enter the portal. I don't know that OU needs to get super active right now.
Well, I think they do need to get a defensive tackle. I just don't know. Do you get it now or do you wait?
30 tackles last year. Hunter says 30 tackles.
I agree, Jackson. I agree 100%. They are dangerous, but they have to be kept in the game. They're
Jay, tell me the last time an OU player got injured on a kickoff.
Billy Bowman.
Okay. Besides that one, you can't because there hasn't been any.
Hey, Corey, are you talking
about all the second team out there and let them go hammer each other on this kickoff?
Corey, are you talking about Hanson's comment you put in there about her coming up to bat? I don't know which one you're talking about.
Wait, I didn't see one on there about that. Ron, I think he's just another guy. That's me. Yeah, I agree, Chester. DeMarco Murray did, and it hurt. It cost us a natty probably. I'm saying put Zion Reagan, put some of these freshmen back there, and let us see some electric ball playing skills here.
Hey, Corey, about the Kenzie Hansen stuff. I was shocked she came out to bat. I mean, Chris Plank in the game before said he wasn't expecting her probably back till maybe Texas series. So I was surprised by it. I really was. Hunter, sorry.
Hunter, wussification of America.
Bad take, Hunter. Bad take. Sorry.
Now, they might could change it to move the guys up so they don't have as much of a running.
Let's face facts, guys. What percentage of kickoffs were even returned?
Well, not very many. Not being returned. Now, if you move the kick back.
Maybe that's what Hunter's saying is that there's so little of them being returned that might as well just ban it. And Jackson.
I hope you're right, Jackson.
I'm torn on this one. I don't know. I don't
either.
I would love that to be the case, but I don't know.
Hunter, I know you're speaking from experience, and no one on here ever said concussions are safe. Okay, but I'm just saying if you eliminate that part of the game, you then have to eliminate punts. You have to. You have to eliminate, and they've tried to eliminate the defenseless receiver, but I think there's ways you can still keep the kickoff and make it better.
They've eliminated the blindside blocking or whatever, too.
They have eliminated that. Oklahoma City, Urban, you asked about the playoff game. It'd be the Oklahoma City. Antonio Perkins was legit. So was JT Thatcher, the national championship year.
There used to be a lot of guys that would return punts for touchdowns, not just OU-wise. You go back to NFL, Devin Hester made a living on it.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know what the answer is on kickoff, Hunter, but I'm just saying that the fact is there's not a whole lot of returns in kickoffs, so I don't think it's that big of a deal, personally.
Yeah. And Ryan Broyles was another one mentioned. Serious athlete. Tyler played against Antonio Perkins. What is the indoor football that mostly never mind. I don't know what that WWE. I don't know what that's called. But I do know Tulsa just got them at Oilers football. Lost in overtime, first game.
No, they were there last year.
I thought this was the first year for it, Jay.
No, I think they were there last year.
Okay, shows how much I know on that. Not much.
Yeah. Been there for a bit, Hunter says. What was the name before the Oilers? Do you remember?
Tulsa Talons. David Alexander led them to a championship.
Talons, that's right. That's right.
TU women's basketball, really, really good right now.
Did they make the tournament?
They're in the NIT, but they won 2 rounds in the quarterfinals.
Wait, well, then why are they're letting you make the NCAA tournament?
No, they didn't. I know.
OU women's basketball tomorrow night, big game. Tomorrow sometime, big game.
Yep, TU's best player from Sapulpa, Tamara Poindexter. Her dad played there. Jay, go ahead with the trivia. We're 20 minutes in. Let's get a trivia, boys.
Here we go. Trivia tonight. Keeping it with basketball tonight. Before we do, go to the fanstop.com, check them out. Fanstop.com, use code SURGE to get 10% off your first 3 months. Please join up. Join the Shirt of the Month Club. It's awesome. I'm super excited, stoked to get my April shirt in the mail. So go sign up for that. Here we go, trivia night. I'm going to go with this question, and we'll see how quick you are on this. If you're watching the game, you probably know the answer to this. But Houston right now and Texas A&M, in a pretty close game. It was a 6-point game earlier. I just want to know who is wearing a Houston hoodie in the crowd tonight that is a staple to NCAA tournament basketball on CBS. Staple. This person is in the crowd wearing a Houston gear hoodie. Who am I talking about? Alma mater from Houston.
Urban, we're talking about the NBA playoffs in April being on the same day as a spring game.
No idea, Jackson says. Not Dickie
Not
V.
Dickie V.
Who cares, Jimmy says. Guys, if you watch NCAA tournament for years, you should know this. Not Elijah Wan. NCAA tournament.
They don't like yours, Jay. They don't like your question.
I'm sorry. Somebody will get it.
It's a pretty good one. Jay, can I give a hint?
I'm going to give a hint. This guy, this was his first year not to be with the CBS on NCAA tournament. Should give it away. That should give it away right there. First
Hunter,
year
you don't
CBS.
need an apostrophe there, Hunter.
That should give the answer away right there. Other than that, nobody watches. Not Bob Costas, not Harlan. Many people don't watch basketball.
Jay, I know where he'll be. There it is. Corey got it.
Corey Alexander on his first night back. Look at this. Could not
I was going to say, you know where he'll be. He'll be with the Masters.
Yeah, Corey, welcome back. First night. Look at that's how you play the game right there.
Now,
Corey.
don't you have another trivia question, Jay?
I do have another one. You want me to go with it?
Give the other one. Come on.
Let's go another one. There's 2 points available to this one. 2 points. Kelvin Sampson has won 2. I repeat, 2 Big 12 regular season championships. What 2 years were they? You get a point for each one. Big 12 regular season.
What is the score in this game right now? Because I really hope Sampson wins it.
Yeah, I do too. Y'all can Google this one up. 68-58. They'll win.
Let's drop it in there, Jay. Let's see it.
Not 82-83.
Not 01.
Not 01. I haven't seen an answer yet correct.
Nope.
Close. Not there yet.
Jackson,
there's 1 point, 2005. There's one more season he won a Big 12 title game, Big 12 regular season championship. There it is, 2024. Jackson double points tonight. This year, he won it this year. So 2 points for Jackson. Good job, Jackson. 2005, 2024.
There it is.
Here's the big one.
68-61.
He needs to win the. Hey, Jackson says it's easy. You Googled it up. Don't lie. Jeez. There's no way
Jackson. There's no way you knew that off the top of your head, Jackson.
Now, this year you knew, Jackson. I agree with that. Oh, pure gas. What? Hey.
I'm going to say something that's going to be controversial right now.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
You don't even want me to bring it up probably, but I got to do it. I said I wouldn't talk about it much. Right when we got on here, someone brought up the Jackson Arnold throw to Bauer Sharp. Simple question, Jay. Any chance DG could have even made that throw, or would he even have attempted that throw? Because I say the answer is no. I don't think he could have made it. I don't even think he would have attempted it. It reminded me of a DG throw last year, actually, when he scrambled out against Texas. One of the best plays he made against Texas. He scrambled up the middle and hit Drake Stoops for about a 18 to 28 yard gain. I think he threw it about 10 yards. This was the exact same throw, except this probably went about 40 yards in the air. Okay? Dime.
Dylan Gabriel, as Hunter says, must have been the best player to ever play at Oklahoma because at March 24th, he plays for Oregon, and you've mentioned him about every live show. You love the guy, I don't get it.
There's a reason, Jay, I'm juxtaposing Dylan Gabriel and Jackson Arnold, okay?
Jeremy, and I want to say this. I love Jackson Arnold. I think he's going to be all world. Are we talking about practice?
Yep.
Practice?
I'm just talking about the kinds of throws Jackson Arnold can make is not even comparable. That's all I said.
Okay, but you're breaking down a practice film and comparing it to DG's game film. Correct?
Practice. Yeah, Jay, what do the NFL players, what do the NFL scouts look at, Jay, on pro day?
He didn't throw in pro day.
You understand what I'm saying? They're not looking at, they're watching the guys throw the ball and make all the throws.
He didn't throw in pro day. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about throwing against, those are against air. This was against competition.
It was an unbelievable throw. I just don't know why Dylan Gabriel was brought up. I don't like talking about Dylan Gabriel. He does not play for Oklahoma anymore. For some reason, you always bring it up. I don't get it.
First off, Kenneth, I wasn't being disrespectful at all to Dylan Gabriel, and I actually agree with you, Kenneth. I would say saving our program is a little bit of a stretch. I would say that DG was a great 2-year guy at the great right time, okay? He absolutely was. I'm not disrespecting Dylan Gabriel. Dylan Gabriel would say, I ain't going to make that play. All I was trying to highlight was Jackson Arnold's arm strength. Dylan Gabriel absolutely helped OU out. Dylan Gabriel stepped in at a time it may have been Davis Beville otherwise.
I think most people on here agree with you, the fact that they think Jackson Arnold can make all the throws, okay? I think everybody, just like Tyler says, everybody would agree with you on that, Jeremy. The problem I have with you right now is if next year the season starts every game, if you're mentioning Dylan Gabriel's name, he couldn't have made that throw. I don't care.
I won't be, but Jay,
you will be.
Jay, I'm also not the one on here.
Mark it down, March 24th. You're talking about him on March 24th. You definitely will be talking about him in a game where OU wins and maybe Oregon, he struggles. You'll be bringing him up, and I think it's ridiculous.
Hey,
he's not at Oklahoma.
Jay, you know what? There's also a lot of viewers on here who bring up Gabriel and say there's no way Arnold will be as good as Gabriel. Well, I guess you can't do that. And also, we better not bring up Austin Stogner. We don't want to. You can't bring up guys who aren't here anymore, I guess, Jay. Come on. First off, it was to highlight Arnold's arm strength. It was not degrading to Dylan Gabriel. And Kenneth, I appreciate you being on here every single night. I love seeing your comments. But to say that I'm disrespecting a guy, you heard wrong. Not what I did.
And this is fair. And I think Jen talked about it on the comments last night. Is she watched him play there in Texas in high school and said, he didn't turn the ball over a lot. I get it. But that is the only really question I have is, will we see a lot of turnovers or not? And that's a fair question, is it not?
You are, Jay, you are going to have
young quarterback.
It's not even that. He's going to try to fit it in tight spots because he can. And because of that, you got to live with some of those things. I, for one, I said it. This is before we even started Sooner Surge. 2 years ago, we weren't even on YouTube, Jay. And what did we say every game on our group chats? I said, I want Dylan Gabriel to take some chances. You remember this?
He did a little bit. Yeah.
But I don't want a conservative quarterback all the time either. Hit the like, please. Despite the disrespect that I've been showing players, hit the like.
Hey, I just get tired of it. That's all. I don't.
Okay, I'll stop.
No. Oh, yeah. There you go. You can act like a little baby. That's typical.
No, I was looking at the chat, Jay.
Uh-huh. Hey, DG, I would agree with this. That in most cases, he threw where there was not going to be a chance of an interception in most cases. Now, I do think early on in the season last year, he was giving the receivers a chance to go get balls, and they were getting them. And then I think as the season went along, he kind of went away from it as the pressure grew. And I think that's fair to say that is I think sometimes when the pressure mounted, is when he would not throw it into coverage like that.
Iowa Sooner, got to be a risk taker. Jackson Arnold reminds me of a young Brett Favre, Gary says. And I like that comparison. And Brett Favre had a lot of throws where you're probably pulling your hair out thinking he could fit it in the tight spot. And that's probably what's going to happen some. But I'm not going to retract on what I said. For one, I'm not one who retracts on what I say. I only brought up that throw that was brought up right at the beginning of the live tonight to highlight we are going to see some things next year that we haven't seen from a quarterback in the last 2 years. If you take that as disrespect, I'm sorry. But that's a fact.
I would agree with that.
I didn't say anything about yards. All I said was he's going to make some plays where you go, wow, and they're probably going to be often.
Hey, and I'll say this. If it is Jackson Arnold, whoever it is, the quarterback that takes them to another national championship, they are going to be the most loved quarterback, I think, probably. If they have a good year and they win a natty, it's going to be the most loved quarterback in OU history. I just think right now, OU right now is so eager to get a national championship. I mean, look what Baker, Kyler, they did great things. They are loved by everybody. OU, Baker Mayfield especially. If Jackson Arnold were to have an unbelievable year, Heisman, natty, greatest quarterback. I mean, that'd be the most loved quarterback at OU, bar none, because they are eager for a natty. Fans are eager.
They are. Iowa Sooner says if he starts to be turnover prone, they'll have to rein him in, and they probably will. But, hey, Baker Mayfield, remember, he threw some questionable balls. He took some risks trying to fit it in places. You got to live with it some.
That's
and the whole turnover. Hey, the whole turnover thing, Dalpos, is really the one game.
He's only played one game.
No, he played Arkansas State. He was 9 for 9. Tall State looked really good.
Oh, please.
Am I wrong?
Arkansas State.
Was he 9 for 9 as a true freshman?
Up 70-0.
Was he 9 for 9 as a true freshman?
Jeremy, 70-0.
Okay. TU, he looked pretty good too.
That's you may not be wrong there, because that's been true. I mean, even Bradford, they almost won a natty with Bradford. Nobody saw Bradford coming.
Jason White, same. I 2025 is the year, Mark says.
I would kind of agree with this comment by Mark. I do think 2025 would be the year they have everything they need. I mean, not say 2024 they can't make a run, make the playoff and all that, but I think 2025, when you're stacking recruiting classes like they are, that year looks primed and ready.
Two things here. For one, I would rather be an overall better team. I don't like to have a horrible defense. Jen is right. He did play against BYU and didn't turn the ball over.
But I'm talking full games.
Well, come on, Jay. Best quarterbacks have a little gunslinger in them. Hey, Ron, you say at some point next season DG will be missed. My question for you, Ron, hold up for a second. Do not take this as disrespectful. Anyone on the Surgeaholics. Ron, at some point next season DG will be missed. What's going to be missed is my question. Are you talking about his late game heroics? Are you talking about his decision making? Are you talking about his ability to? I'm asking you, what will be missed? You can't just say they're going to miss him without giving me a reason. What are they going to miss about DG?
Clark says his experience.
That's a good answer.
Fanstop says, I think Jackson Arnold will benefit from Seth's offense with shorter passes and the receivers with more yards after catch. I do think the receivers could have a really good year on yak-wise. I really do. But
Yeah,
I also think he'll benefit from throwing the ball down the field too, because I think his arm is a lot stronger than Dillon Gabriel's.
And they're saying the Fanstop's bringing up Seth's offense. Also, you got the tight end is more used. We even saw it in the clip today with Bauer Sharp going down the field. Dalpos, you're the one that keeps talking up DG and putting down Jackson Arnold on the turnovers. So,
hey,
but you don't expect to miss DG at all. I see what you're saying.
Gray God, this is a game that I think a lot of Sooner fans might be overlooking, and that's the game at Auburn. I think first road test in the SEC, first one. And yeah, Auburn wasn't great last year, but Auburn can beat good teams. So that'll be a test for sure.
I will say the BYU game was a pretty hostile crowd. Andy came in not expecting to be in that game, so it's a little different.
Not Auburn. It's not Auburn.
It's not Auburn, Jay. Kenneth, Dillon Gabriel played for the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors.
What?
Kenneth said, do you guys know that Dillon Gabriel's father used to play for the Rainbow Warriors of Hawaii?
Yeah.
I said, well, so did Dillon Gabriel.
Dillon never played for Hawaii.
I thought Dillon was there for a little bit, went to UCF. Am I wrong in that, Jay?
I didn't think he played in Hawaii.
Did he start at UCF?
I don't
Was
think
he at UCF for 4 years?
Jeremy, I don't think he played at Hawaii.
I haven't followed his whole career. I thought he played somewhere else.
Shockingly, I'm surprised you don't know the answer to this.
I thought he played somewhere else before UCF, Jay. Hunter will know. Yeah, DG never played in Auburn. That is true.
No, I never said he played in Auburn. I never said that.
Yeah, I know. 3, 2, 1. What does that mean, Jay? Alan says if our running game is excellent, then Jackson Arnold won't have to be awesome. That is true, and same with the defense, Alan. So it was 3 at UCF, 2 at OU.
So you were wrong.
High school ball in Hawaii.
Yeah, not for Hawaii. Not where his idol played.
Who?
His idol.
Who's his idol, Jay?
Marcus Mariota.
Is it?
Yes, he loved Mariota.
He didn't play at Hawaii, Jay.
He played at Oregon, but the quarterback
Tommy Chang. Tommy Chang, Jay.
Tommy Chang.
Tommy Chang.
Yes.
Yes.
South Carolina better be a game where it's not down to the wire. I think that's a game you got to win. Like, I don't want to say handily, but at least not down to the. I mean, I don't think South Carolina is going to be that good this year, personally.
Hunter, I didn't know he was wearing Mariota's number. I don't follow him that closely. Jay, Jackson Arnold. Jen is bringing up, and Jen knows Texas high school football. Has a great post pass. Also loved to throw to the tight end in high school. Here's what I would say. People might say, well, who cares? That's high school. Here's what I would say to Jen's point. If you're throwing to the tight end, you're at least progressing through some reads because usually the tight end is not the first read. I will say that.
Gary's asking, do you see the points per game going down?
Possibly. Tough for defenses, tough for opponents. You can't compare. It's apples and oranges.
I've said this before. I think OU's points per game could go down and they could have a better offense because of situational play calling and other factors. So.
Yeah. If OU can't beat them on the road, there's an issue. Tough first road game. Well, yeah, I mean, they would be giving one away that they can't. Hey, Mars, I'm with you. If you average 35 points, you should win every game.
Yeah, Bevel is at South Carolina. He never know. May see him play against OU.
We could only hope, Jay.
We'll see. That we will
Didn't
see.
mean to get off on a tangent tonight. That was not what was
You
expected.
did. It's almost
No,
every night, like clockwork.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, it is.
I've been very calm lately, Jay.
Roscoe says South Carolina is equal to Texas Tech year in and year out. I think it's a very similar type program. I really
Very
do.
similar. That's what they're going to be, Jay.
Yeah. Yeah, 13 points a game would be great, Mars Jam.
I think if you allow 20 a game, Jay, the magic number is 20 a game on defense. You allow 20 a game or less, you should be in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's not going to be Davis Bevel starting.
Correct. Do you think that's an accurate stat, Jay? If you average 20 points or less on defense, points allowed, you should be in the playoff.
If you don't give up 20?
Yeah, 20 or less.
Yeah, but it just depends on how it happens. I mean, you could go games against the teams that aren't very good and just dominate and allow 0 points. And then you could go to a good team. I think sometimes the average points per game allowed is a skewed stat. I think it's a skewed stat a little bit.
Okay. Personally.
I mean, there's been years OU's allowed a lot of points on defense, and they were actually better defense than when they didn't allow. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sold on those stats.
Yeah. Yeah, Malik Murphy's at Duke.
Yeah, I think Gary dropped it in there or something about South Carolina. A lot of people are correcting it. I don't think Bevel's going to be starting at South Carolina.
No, he's not going to be the starter there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That would be a horrible year for them.
Well, Jeremy, I don't think they're that good. Okay. And I think Shane Beamer's on the hot seat.
I think Shane Beamer got a head coaching job too early, Jay.
No. He didn't get a head coaching job too early. He got a job at a big time school too early. I think.
You think Levy's going to be? You think Levy's going to be similar?
Well, he didn't have the pressure on him at Mississippi State. South Carolina didn't have a ton, but I do think that Jeff Levy. I don't think they're going to do a whole lot under him. I think the max. I think that under him, I could see them making bowl games, 8 wins. I don't think you're going to get much better than that. I really don't. I think Mississippi State is what it is. They're about an 8-win school, 9-win max. I would think. That would be my guess.
Yeah, and Sooner Cowboys. I'm ready for us as Sooner fans to be back to the wanting dominant defense, because I've been with you, Sooner Cowboy. I've been as a fan saying, all right, let's bend, but let's just not break. Let's be that kind of defense. Now you got to make the next step.
All I know is when Shane Beamer comes back.
I would love Shane Beamer back.
Hey, all I know is when he comes back to Norman this year for the game, the crowd needs to be freaking electric, the walk, the tailgating, all of it. Because if you remember right, he kind of bashed OU on that.
He did.
Really hard. He bashed OU and said they're not SEC ready. So I need to show Beamer.
They won't bring him back for special teams. They got their special teams guy, Doug Deacon.
Yeah, he's going to be really good, I think, Jeremy. I
think we're going to see significant improvements. I mean, from the stats that this guy brings from where he's been. I did mention Curtis Fagan, number 12 for the Sooners in the Natty year.
Yeah, and you look at – I want to mention 3 coaches here before we close. 3 coaches I think are having a big – obviously they're going to have an impact on Oklahoma, but a big impact. You look at special teams coach. You look at Zach Alley. And then I do think Seth Luttrell, with his offensive mind, I do think the way the type of offense they're going to run is going to be a lot more beneficial in the SEC. I really do. I think you're going to see less read option. I think you're going to see less of that zone read stuff. I really do, and I think it'll help OU.
Well, it takes one decision out of the quarterback's hands. That's one thing. Less thinking there. I just think you got to let him sling it around the yard, but you also got to trust your running game. A&M down 5 with 1:04 left. Come on, Kelvin Sampson. Pull this thing out. Gray God says DeMarco Murray, Doug Deacon, and Todd Bates.
Yeah.
And
Interesting to see
listen,
what
hopefully this week as practices ramp back up, correct, we'll be able to hear from some of the players maybe at some point, or at least I don't know how soon media will have access to spring practices. Obviously the spring game, but that's still a ways away. So all I know is it's exciting because it's getting closer. And you've got a few things that will get you through till the spring game, okay? With March Madness, the Masters, things like that. Anyway, thanks, Surgeaholics, for being on here as always. We appreciate you all being lively tonight. And we'll see everyone tomorrow on Monday. It is opening day from Major League Baseball soon. Kansas City Royals got me a new Kansas City Royals hat. But yeah, Sooner softball Tuesday night at Wichita State. Don't overlook the Shockers. They can put up a fight. And then they play Thursday, Friday, Saturday this week. Probably due to Easter on Sunday. But thanks for watching. What?
Women's
OU
basketball.
women's basketball against the Hoosiers tomorrow night. That is correct. Actually, it could be late afternoon tip. I can't remember. But yeah, hopefully Jenny Baranchek and company can get to the Sweet 16 and get a chance at Dawn Staley and the South Carolina basketball team #1 seed. But thanks for watching. We'll see you all tomorrow night. Boomer.